Hello everybody, welcome to Ship Nuggets. Really excited to bring this video to you. How you all doing? How are you keeping up with all the stuff that's been going on? I know where we are right now. We are in, there's a shelter in place where we are all kind of on lockdown. But the reality is that we are all trying to make the most out of the situation. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to make the most out of the situation that we have before us. So what I just wanted to do was to just, share a video of encouragement. I know right now there are a lot of videos out there. Kudos to everyone that's been putting out great content, especially in these trying times. I just want to encourage you to keep your head up, keep trusting God, keep pushing on. Listen to the advice of our health professionals and government officials. Do what you need to do, but do not act in fear, because I believe that at some point, very soon, everything will be okay. So let's hang in there. So I wanted to just share this video real quick on just some lessons that I've learned about leadership during this season. So there's a lot of weight on leadership in this season to make decisions. As a matter of fact, situations keep changing every second, and this puts pressure on leadership to make decisions very quickly. And for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've just been observing different leaders and how they've addressed the pressures of the day. I've assessed some leadership styles, and I just wanted to just quickly share just some lessons I've learned personally on leadership. So they're not in any particular order, but this is basically some things that I learned. So number one is always have a plan. I just learned in the last 2 weeks that you have to have a plan, because sometimes certain things may come up that you don't expect, and there are things that maybe you've expected, but if you're not prepared for it, then you will have problems. Planning helps us with preparation. And also planning helps to reduce risk. In the previous videos, I was talking about entrepreneurship and risk management. I'm still going to continue, along those lines. But when you have a plan, it helps to reduce your risk. It makes you more prepared. And when you're more prepared, it encourages you. When you're more prepared, it reduces the fear. Now, I'm not saying that all plans work, because, there are times where people plan and at the end of the day, the plan just goes down. But it always helps to have a plan. In the Bible, Jesus said, no one goes to war without counting the cost. No one builds a house without having a plan. So one of the things I've learned in leadership is that you have to just kind of forecast and look into the future, look into your past, look at your current situation, analyze where you are, analyze where you are going, and then make sure that you have a plan to take you there. And make sure that you have a plan, especially for crisis situations. Many times we are reactive instead of being proactive. And when you have a plan, that helps us to be proactive. So that's the first thing that I got there. Have a plan. The second thing is trust your team. Trust your team. Now, there are different levels of teams and there are different groups that make up a team. But if you do not have trust in your team, you will not be able to execute the plan. Now, that doesn't mean that every team is going to be a kumbaya, that's going to be happy all the time, everything is going to be happy all the time. No, but there's an element of trust. In fact, if you don't have trust, you will not be able to keep all the ships that we talk about in this station afloat. Relationship requires trust. Leadership requires trust. Followership requires trust. Entrepreneurship requires trust. Mentorship requires trust. Stewardship requires trust. Worship requires trust. You have to have trust. If there's no trust in what's going on, the people that are working with you, then that plan's not going to work. So trusting the team is essential. First of all, if you don't even have a team, then there's no need for any trust. So you build your team, obviously, grow your team, make sure your team is tight, make sure that you have diversity within your team. By diversity, I'm not talking about racial diversity alone. I'm talking about intellectual diversity, diversity of views, diversities of opinion, because you do not want to have what is called groupthink, where you are just, kind of myopic because of the number of people in the team, or because of the fact that your team is not open to a lot of people. So you want to make sure that you build your team, grow your team, then trust your team to execute on the plan. The third thing is manage your messaging. Manage your messaging. What are you putting out there in crisis times? What are you putting out there every time? Is your messaging empathetic? Is your messaging, are you putting yourself in the position of the people that you are trying to reach out to, either in time of crisis or whatever time? What's your messaging like? What are you trying to pass across? How clear is your messaging? How empathetic is your messaging? This is very, very important. How you put it out there, what you say, how you say it, and to whom you say it. These are all very, very important things that you have to consider. What's your messaging? Who's the person giving making the message? Are you, as a leader, stepping out to the forefront, or are you delegating the messaging? These are important things that you have to consider. The other thing is, of course, I talked about be empathetic. Make the tough decisions. Make the tough decisions, meaning once you have your plan, you have a team that you trust to execute the plan, and you have a good and proper messaging, then, go ahead and make the decision. Take the step. Don't delay. Act. Leadership is about influence, really. Leadership is about getting people, a group of people to go along with you with regards to what you are seeing, with regards to a goal. That's what leadership is all about. And so it's very essential that you make the tough decisions. Obviously, as leaders, sometimes you're not going to make decisions that are popular. You're going to make decisions that are not popular. So you have to, weigh the options, consider everybody's opinion, and then make your decision. So these are just some things that I've learned that kind of stick out to me. There are many, many, many more lessons that I've learned. I'll be sharing as time goes on, but I just thought I'd share this little nugget on leadership, on stuff that I've learned. Again, have a plan. Have a plan for your relationship, for leadership, followership. Have a plan. Trust in your team. Build a team and then trust in them. Empower your team. Delegate if you have to. Work in cohesion. Have diversity of opinions. Let there be, different opinions coming in there, different suggestions. Empower your team members to speak up. Then manage your messaging. Manage what you communicate, and then make the tough decisions. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I'll be shooting out some more videos. Remember, keep safe, keep pushing on, keep taking all the steps that we've been talking about, and don't forget, keep sailing to the top. I'll see you again.